Wali kuriya lirobina sifatun bihi maksusotun fatajanobani awal teki maksusotun fatajanobani awal teki kini fari kini fari
a twist. We all want more. Right here on Operaatune 106.3 FM. It's never a crime to ask for more.
2 years of renewed hope in sports. Mr. President's directive to position sports assets shaped today. Sport is a tool for unity, youth empowerment, and economic transformation. The words of Chairman National Sports Commission Shehu Diko. On that note, I welcome you to another edition of Sport Update on Operaatune FM 106.3 Abeokuta, right here in Ogun State, and also Operaatune TV. My name is Akombi James Olumide. It's the last Friday. The month of May is fast gone. It's already day 30, and I welcome you to another edition, like I said, and I'm not doing this alone. Of course, I have my co-pilot here in the person of Ebere Oji. Ebere, good morning.
Good morning, Olumide. How you day? It's been an amazing period. It's been an amazing one here at Operaatune 106.3 FM Abeokuta in the city, in the state, Ogun State. It's been amazing, to be frank. It's been amazing. I've enjoyed my stay. Yeah, we've enjoyed our stay here. Yes, and this is the 30th day in the month of May 2025. It's the best month of the year because it's my birth month. So yes, that is gradually ending now. Well, it has to end so that June would come in, right? So it's a good one. We are thankful to God Almighty and to the universe that we've seen the 30th day in the month of May. So yeah, we are here to talk sports now. Let's get into it.
Yeah, so you just heard from Ebere Oji. It's 30th of May 2025, and it's the last Friday, and so we're going to serve you the weekend edition of Sport Update here. What do we have on our menu? It's a weekend packed with a lot of sporting activity. We know that the French Open is still on. We have the NBA, also the Eastern Conference Final is still on. Ebere just gave me an update that is 3-2 in that series. It seems like the Pacers are not running away with it. And also we have Formula One. We're back in Spain this weekend, and of course we know that all the leagues, top leagues in European football, and even back here at home in Nigeria, have all come to an end. Maybe for the Nigerian scene, we're looking at the NNL, the teams that will make it to the playoffs. So we have the 4 teams that will be promoted to the top division, talking about the NPFL. So maybe we'll be bringing you just a little around that. We know 6 teams have already qualified. Yeah. We have 2 more teams to join them, so we can have the table set for these 8 teams to go at it. And also we know that the National Sports Festival is has finally come to an end, and there is a next host. I would like to hear from the next host, but before we get to that, we know there were awards also. A couple of states got awarded last night at the grand finale. Before we get to the next host, talking about Enugu, because we have to hear from the person in charge of sports in that place, talking about Honorable Barrister Lloyd Ikechukwu Ekwere Madu. That's his name. There was a press conference yesterday, and he gave us a little tip, lowdown about what Enugu is like and what to expect. We'll be bringing you his voice in a bit, but I'd like to hear Ebere's summary of what she saw last night or yesterday, because it wasn't a night event. It started all day. It was all day, and got late into the night. Ebere, before we get to the voice of Honorable Lloyd, Barrister Lloyd Ikechukwu, what are your submissions? About the festival and then the closing ceremony itself.
Oh well, it was colorful yesterday. Well, we had a couple of track and field events that happened, at the early hours. Okay, around 2-3 ish, 1-2-3 in the afternoon towards 12-1-2 ish. So we had a lot of 400 meters relay, 400 meters, 100 meters track and field. So it was lovely. The likes of Team Edo, they got gold. We had a couple of even the host state, Ogun State, at some point also got gold. Like a couple of results or the couple of games happened before the grand finale, and I'm excited because I really want to say kudos to the organizers of this event. I want to say kudos to the organizers of this event. They were able to start up the grand finale event or the program, the ceremony in time. Around 5, we started hearing, different upcoming artists coming to perform and all that. I feel the purpose was not to allow them, head into the night, because most persons were staying very, very far from the stadium, especially the athletes that had to participate actively in the grand finale. So they needed to finish all this in time so that they can easily go back home. And for those that have, they want to travel back maybe via flight or any other means of transportation that would go by night, they would easily, head on and leave. So it was a good one. After the track event, we had the grand closing ceremony, and from the get-go, from the national anthem that was sung by Waje down to everything that happened yesterday, states coming out to present when they were doing the dance, the procession. I loved how colorful everything was. We saw the blue, the green, the yellow, the orange. Everybody came out en masse to support everybody. They were beaming with joy, beaming with happiness. It was nice. It was as though I was watching the Olympics, like I was watching the Commonwealth or watching the Olympics live and direct here in Nigeria, here in Ogun State. So it was nice. And yesterday, like we said yesterday, in the course of our show yesterday, that it was the 65th birthday of the governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun. So it was nice. I saw the cake. Everything went well. It was colorful. The Senate president came around. A lot of artists. Olumide would even, I guess there's Wandiko at some point in the course of. So I feel that was the cat he wanted to let out of the bag. That Wandiko was coming, Waje came. I love the fact that the top artists graced this occasion. There was nobody came behind schedule. Everything worked accordingly. If you're using 10 minutes, 10 minutes is 10 minutes. No one exceeded their time frame. So it's nice. It's a good one. I'm looking forward to what Enugu has in store, because this is a huge mountain they will need to overturn in order to be better off than what they had, as in what we had in this Ogun State National Sports Festival, because it was massive. It was a massive one.
Yeah, we just heard, but she mentioned
about using various venues and the issue of, with respect to the first question about using various venues and the issue of accessibility. I think you can rest assured that when it comes to the 23rd edition of the National Sports Festival in Enugu, that adequate arrangements will be made for accessibility. So yes, similar to have the Games Village in Ogun, which will host some of the events. The Games Village in Ogun is a very historic monument, indeed a part of the rich history of Enugu's sporting memoirs. So it definitely will feature. So, and we recognize the need for transportation and other arrangements to be made for movement to cover events down there and at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium, which is in town. So you can go to sleep about that. It will be arranged. Then the second question. Okay, well I'll take that one last. I think the next question is about accommodation for media. We'll definitely work closely with SWAN, both at the national level and with the SWAN chairman in Enugu, to ensure that we take adequate care of the media while they are in town, and we'll do that. With regards to tourist attractions, there will be no, you will have too many to attend. Enugu is, on its own, is very scenic. It's very beautiful, a serene state generally. There are so many places for you to visit. From the Ohum waterfalls, which is currently undergoing works and will definitely be ready. You can look forward to that. Very beautiful, the Ohum waterfalls. You can Google it and see what it even looks like. The Nsude pyramids, which we believe are even older than the pyramids in Egypt, are there in Nsude for you to go and have a look. Then you can talk about the Ngwo pine forest, beautiful forestry, and it's a government reserve area. It is protected with the wildlife and the natural fauna and everything that is there. So it's beautiful, with a canopy walk coming up there, which is going to be the longest canopy walk in West Africa. So these are some of the sites that you'll be looking to see. There are a couple more with a lot of cultural display. Enugu has such a rich and beautiful history that will be there for you to enjoy when you come. In fact, there is currently the Cross of Hope that's coming up at the Operaatune Hills. The Operaatune Hills is the highest point in Enugu, and there's a cross there where we believe you can go and you pray. Whatever you pray for, God will answer it when you get there. So you can come almost like a pilgrimage when you come to Enugu. So there's a lot of tourist attraction for you to see when you visit. Then distance of the media center, we've taken note of that, and we'll ensure that there's something made available within the vicinities of the stadium so that it can be well covered. And then finally, on the question of how ready. Okay, no, not finally. There's still one from my brother. Yes, about how ready we are. Enugu State. If you know anything about His Excellency Dr. Peter Nubisimba, the fantastic governor of Enugu State, who, by the way, we're celebrating today the 2nd anniversary of his time in office, and I would like to take this opportunity to wish him congratulations and to thank him for the good work he's doing in Enugu State, and for his commitment, unflinching commitment to sports development in Enugu. So far, this is we've never had it this good, and we're very excited. So, but if you know anything about him, you know that he's a man of excellence, nothing but the best. And so we'll be more than ready when the time comes to host Nigeria and indeed the sports world. And then as far as the opening ceremony, like I said earlier, the goal from here on out would be to outdo what Ogun State has done. Having acknowledged that they've done a great job. The opening ceremony was beautiful, it was almost seamless, and we aim to beat it. And indeed, anybody hosting a subsequent National Sports Festival should aim to outdo the last one, and we'll do nothing short of that. So, thank you, and God bless you all.
All right, thank you very much, Honorable Commissioner, and we are indeed very grateful that you find time to come. Let me quickly just, as we wrap up, just highlight some few things, even though you have provided. Please, can we have some silence, even though you have... Please, you don't do that.
No, please, I'm asking.
No.
I don't want to allow me to talk.
Okay, please.
To make I just ask one simple.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead. Ask your question.
Thank you, my president. My question is very simple. In the East, there might not be particular one for Lagos. We have insecurity problems in the eastern part of this country now.
Wait, let me it's Lloyd, whatever.
They are going to come here.
Equere Madu.
Yeah, and he's the commissioner for sport, youth, Enugu State. That's the commissioner, and you just heard from him what to expect as regards the next host of the National Sports Festival. Just here, because it's happening next year. November, December next year. So, and you heard from him. What do you expect? I don't know, Iberi. Do you have any reactions or response to what the man just gave us?
All right. First of all, I really want to say it's a good one. Enugu State is Enugu State. I feel it's okay. Yeah. Outside, just like we have Anambra. Anambra is a commercial vicinity or a commercial state, one of the biggest commercial hubs in the southeast. I could liken Anambra in terms of the commercial things they do there to Lagos. Now, Enugu could be likened to what is happening here in Ogun State, because they are. If you come to academics and everything, Ogun State is one of, as in, it's top notch to an extent. You get. Now, it's the same thing with Enugu. Enugu is a hub. It's a very beautiful city. It's a very, very beautiful city. Education-wise, there are so many tourist attractions there. It's a very, very organized place. Do you understand? It's a quiet, calm city. All this rowdiness you see in places, you don't find it there. So from all the things he said, I am so thrilled. I look forward to the next festival, the 23rd festival. For everything he said, I feel it is happening. This is not here because I to an extent, I stayed in the southeast for a couple of years. I schooled there and all that. So it's spot on. He said something about the tourist centers and all that. They've got a good tourist attractions there, and people, compared to what some person said here regarding that, where the games village is situated here and where the stadium is the proximity was kind of a little bit challenging for them. They would want and try to ensure that you get better from tomorrow. Do you understand? So I feel people have opinions of persons regarding one or two things that can be done better in the subsequent, as in editions to come, and that is ensuring that where the games village is of close proximity to at least one or two of the centers being used, so that people will not get overwhelmed in the course of transporting themselves from one point to another. And I feel this is what Enugu, from what he said, that they are working on that. So that's a good one. And someone in this, we didn't play that. Someone really asked, because of this unrest and all that, said everything has been sorted out. You don't have any problems. Just come prepared. He's going to outdo. He said he's going to outdo what we had here in Ogun State. So I look forward to that. I look forward to November, December.
Well, I hope that he said the right things, and just like Ogun State did tell us the right things, we saw them live up to expectation. Exactly. I think they even did more than expected, based on build up and the things that we listened to. And we must say massive kudos, shout out to the LOC, the MOC, and of course we have to also we have to recognize the effort and all that has been put into this just concluded 22nd edition of the National Sports Festival, in what the governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun, what he has done. His Excellency has really done very well. And of course we commend also Malam Shehu Diko, Chairman, National Sport Commission, and of course we recognize what Bukola Olopade has done also with the uncommon governor himself was around also, to chair the occasion.
Who's the uncommon governor?
Apabio. Now you know who that is. Senator himself was there to light up the whole place. Iberi mentioned the cutting of the cake because it was the 65th birthday of the governor of Ogun State, and so what a glamorous event it was. The atmosphere was electrifying. People were in the stadium in their numbers. Security was in place. We didn't hear of any situation of fight or arrest or stampede. All of this didn't happen. Well behaved. I think that Ogun State people should also they should applaud themselves for how they behave themselves in terms of having the best of composure, attending games, and their own participation, because without them all of this won't count. It won't make anything. Athletes will not go to the stadium or the different sporting centers and perform all by themselves without anybody watching or cheering them. And so we have to also applaud the Ogun State people and everybody that has come from far and near to be part of this one. Also I like to say Ebere mentioned one day Cope, and we have to also say that Kwam One himself was there. Wasiu Ainde Marshall, he was there, to also add color to what we experienced yesterday. Today is departure, so everybody is today expected to return back to their respective states, and where people in the states can now also go back to their regular everyday activity. It's been a wonderful 2 weeks, all of this build up and this event that has happened. Just in case someone is just tuning in, maybe you want to give the phone lines and our different platforms for them to join us on this conversation today.
All right, so you could join us on 070, or you'd call us, because I believe people would want to call to tell us how to relive their experience, what has happened for the past 2 weeks in the city of Abeokuta, like what has happened so far in the National Sports Festival for them, what has been their highlights of this of this festival. 070-1125-3825, 070-1125-3825. You could follow us on Strong Operaatune TV. Check us out on Strong Operaatune TV. Then you can follow us on our social media platforms, Operaatune TV on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. We are streaming live. You could tune up your frequency modulation on Operaatune FM 106.3 Abeokuta. Operaatune FM 106.3 Abeokuta. You could call us. Let me roll out the call lines again. 070-1125-3825. 070-1125-3825. Call us. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from you, the good people of Ogun State. Call us and tell us how it was for you. What was the highlight of your experience so far? Like, which of the sports did you enjoy? Were you around in the opening ceremony? Were you also present in the closing ceremony? Where are you calling from? Where are you watching from? Or what are you expecting for the next edition? Because I feel people want to, okay, fine, this is what has happened now. We want to see more. Do you understand? We want to see more. So what is it we want to hear from? We want to feel. I want you to call us and tell us how it has all been for you. 070-1125-3825.
Yeah, so that's the phone line. That's how you can reach us, and you head for our different platform, also Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and of course we're on TikTok. You can also go to our platform and see some of the events. We have some of them on our different platforms. You can go back and enjoy the moment. Sometimes when things are happening in real time, you don't get to have all the details, all the excitement. You can now that everything is over, you can return, just head straight back to our different platforms and enjoy some of the activities. We have them across board. There's basketball, there's football, there's swimming. Just go there and watch all over again. We have to talk about the medals table a bit before we move to other things. And for the Gateway Games 2024, a celebration beyond sports. That was emphasized a lot in the closing remarks from His Excellency Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun, he emphasized that a lot. A celebration beyond sport. So this is not just a sporting event. It's beyond that. Fostering unity, and Ebere mentioned how colorful the event was. We saw the culture of the Ogun State people in display.
In fact, they
yesterday.
were hospitable. There was no hostility whatsoever. For anyone you stop to ask questions, they would always want to stop. They were very keen to answer questions. You understand? Okay, fine. Where is this? They would direct. No one was harsh to anybody. I didn't see. I never had. I'm talking based on my own experience, and I believe so many persons out there would also, affirm to this what I'm trying to say now. Like, no one had any experience of maybe this person was being harsh to me. This and that. I remember when we watched the football game, the finals. We finished kind of late, and the medal presentations and all that. Now we had to get food and stuff. Do you understand? And now people attending to us at towards the place they sell food at the stadium. Everybody was kind. Do you understand? Even some persons that came before me, because of where we were going at the end, because it was already late, they said okay, they should go ahead to attend to us, that they stay around. Like this is not something that okay, you came late or something. They had to take their time to attend to us, to attend to our needs. Without, there was no frown, there was no scuffle whatsoever. I felt touched. I was like, wow, this is a state I believe I would want to visit again, to be frank. I would want to visit Ogun State again, because I enjoyed how good the people were. They were welcoming. Yes, that's the word. They were very, very welcoming. So that, to me, that's my experience, and it was a good one.
Yeah, so a celebration beyond sports. You just heard Ibere's version of the events happening, our own experience beyond just seeing the games and enjoying the games. So I was getting to the medals table. Like we have said repeatedly here, 36 states alongside the invited junior athletes. Some persons know them as Ija team. That's the future of Nigerian sports, I must say. And of course, the Federal Capital Territory, talking about the FCT, all making up for 38 participants, let me put it that way, or teams in this event, because most of them go by the team thing. If you look at their tracks, all you see Team Ogun, Team Ondo, Team Lagos. So 36 states alongside 2 other teams, talking about the Federal Capital Territory and the invited junior athletes, Ija team. So I'll start from the bottom because 37 of them got medals. Only just 1 state did not get a medal. So Zamfara at 37th, they just got a bronze medal. That was all they could boast of. I hope they do better in Enugu, talking about Zamfara. And then these teams did not get any gold medal. Talking about Zamfara, Kebbi, Kogi, Sokoto, Adamawa, Taraba, Jigawa, Yobe, and of course Benue. These are the teams that did not get any gold medals. For them, it was more of bronze and silver medals for them. So that's it. That means from 37th position all the way to 29th position, no gold medal. Now let's go to the top of the chart. Of course, officially we know that the winners of this just concluded National Sport Festival is that team from Delta. Delta, they topped the medals table. It was 122 gold medal.
Wow.
96 silver, and of course 106 bronze, making it a total of 322 medals for Delta State. For Bayelsa are second, 90 gold medals, 61 silver, 70 bronze medal, and so a total of 221 medals for Bayelsa. The hosts themselves, Ogun State, they finished third. And you know that in sports, yes, you have to mention. So I'm going to just stop at the third position, or maybe I'll just reel out the top 10. But you know that in sports, what you get, even from the medals table, you look at it, you reward the first three: gold, silver, and bronze. That's how it goes. So you can say that Delta got the gold medal in overall, and then the silver medal went to Bayelsa, and Ogun State got the bronze medal. They finished with 89 gold medals. Just a gold medal behind Bayelsa, and of course 44 silver medals and 77 bronze medals, and a total of 230 medals. Even though they have more medals than Bayelsa in second place with 221 medals, it was just one gold medal that separated them, because gold is the highest medal in the order of silverware in terms of rewarding states or athletes in any competition. So top three again: Delta State, Bayelsa, Ogun State, and in fourth place you have Rivers, Edo State in fifth position, Oyo in sixth position, Lagos in seventh position, FCT. Wow, they finished in the top 10. They finished 8th. Oshu State finished 9th, and of course, number 10 on the medals table is Akwa Ibom State. Or maybe I should keep going. Abia 11, Plateau 12, Kano 13, Kwara 14, Cross Rivers 15, Imo 16, Kaduna 17. 18th place is invited junior athletes, the Ija team. I said they're the future of Nigerian sport. They have a total of 21 medals, 2 gold medals, 8 silver medals, and of course 11 bronze medals for the invited junior athletes. Ondo at 19, Anambra 20, Ekiti 21, Katsina 22, and the next host, you know, I don't know if we call this a coincidence. The next National Sports Festival is the 23rd edition, right?
And they finished 23rd.
And they finished 23rd position. Is this deliberate? Are they trying to tell us something?
But they won't finish 23rd in their. I don't think they'll finish 23rd in their own edition now.
Well, they say so. The last shall become the first. Is that not how they say?
That means Zamfara. Who even think that Zamfara will be the best?
But Enugu, they are the next host of the 23rd National Sports Festival. That will be next year, 2026, in Enugu. They finished 23rd, 1 gold, 7 silver, and 8 bronze medals, 16 medals in total for Enugu. And before I get to the other persons, I'd like to say that, so we listened to the Honorable Ekweremadu, barrister, the sports commissioner for youth and sports in Enugu, you know, telling us that they want to raise the bar real high. What we experience in Ogun State is the best of its kind, like that we have seen, talking about everyone, the Olympics
every
in
person
Nigeria.
We talked to yesterday, like they were like, it's the best.
It is.
You know, even when the downside was not compared to the up. That's what we had.
Of course, that's the balance of life. You
like,
always have some.
We had over like maybe 85 and 15 downside, but 85 superseded that.
Of
15.
Course,
it's a nice one.
Of course. So, if you are listening to us, barrister, Honorable Ekweremadu, if
and
you're
I
going
enjoy
to
the food in this state, like
if you're going to raise the bar,
fresh. So let's see what Enugu has. Enugu has a lot of it. Then let's see what
Ogun finished third, with 230 medals. So you should be prepared to do beyond 230 medals.
Yes, because they just finished with 16.
And you have to finish second, even if you don't win it.
Yes, in order to supersede what they have. What happened in Ogun?
So that's it. In 24th position, we have Niger, Nasarawa in 25, 26 Borno, Bauchi in 27, Ebonyi 28, Benue 29, 30 Yobe, 31 Jigawa, Taraba 32, 33 Adamawa, Sokoto 34, 35 Kogi, 36 Kebbi, and of course the last on the table is Zamfara in 37th position. A total of 606 gold medals, 598 silver, and of course 835 bronze medal. In total, we have 2,039 medals presented during the just concluded National Sports Festival 22nd edition. So that is it. Ebere, I don't know, lastly, before we move to other things, because like I said, we have other sports lined up, we need to run over it. We don't have much time. Your last words as regards the Gateway Games 2024, a celebration beyond sports.
It's my party was beautiful. This was actually one of my first of many to come. Like I said, we've been using the word, it's been colorful, it's been electrifying. I don't think there's any other adjective to qualify what we experienced here in the city of Abeokuta in Ogun State. It's been beautiful. Like, I enjoy the aesthetics in the stadium. You come in and it looks as though you just came into the Olympic, like you came into one of this, when you watch television, you see a lot of things happening, right? A lot of, outside the fact that they had some people, colorful, boxes in terms of tents, little canopies where vendors came to sell their wares. It was beautiful to behold. Everybody had their own spot. It was not disorganized. Do you understand? For everyone, everybody had, like, we didn't see things, I'm not saying we didn't see anything that was out of the ordinary. It's as though they were all matching colors, as in the colors were all matching colors, and they were well arranged in one side. No one came to kind of disrupt what was happening, or you go to places and you see people selling things inside the stadium. Nothing like that happened. We didn't see any store, we didn't see any canopy or any stand inside the stadium where people were coming to buy things and all that. No, everything was. They had a plan. This is the stadium. This is where you sell things. Like, none of this. Nobody was interrupting each other. Do you understand? I love that. I love how organized it was. I love the fact that the security personnel were on point. We didn't have any kind of disruption whatsoever, or to break properties or any loss of life. We didn't see any of that. The medical team, they were on point. They were all active. Everything was well organized. I enjoyed it because it was not just beautiful, colorful, electrifying, but it was an organized event. It was an organized festival for the different sites, that different places or sports centers that was used for this event. Everything was organized. Everything was on point. Like I said, security personnel, the medical personnel, everybody knew exactly where to be at the right time. Do you understand? Nobody was at the particular place at the wrong time. So the state, like the governor said they were intentional about preparing this. Indeed, they were intentional, and it was just there for everyone to see. No one would say, no, this man is saying something else. This is black and what we saw was white, or this is white and what we saw was green. No, white is white, green is green, black is black. There were no in-betweens. It was just direct, and I loved that. I loved how intentional it was, how direct, how beautiful, how colorful, how electrifying, how engaging, how hospitable, everyone was here. And the games, for the athletes, they were excited, because even when they came out to display, different culture, everybody was dancing. Even those that did the para athletes, those that did the shot puts, the javelin, they had good things to say about the state. So it's a +1 to me. If I'm to weight on a scale of 1 to over 10, I don't give 10 over 10. So I'm going to give it 9.5 over 10 for me. Do you understand? So let's see, because Enugu, I believe Enugu, they had just 1 gold, they had just 19 medals. This is a huge task for them. They have just 1 year to ensure that they outdo. I'm using that word, outdo, just like the Commissioner of Sports, Barrister Lord Ike Kweremadu said. They want their aim is to outdo whatever it is we experienced here in Ogun State. So hopefully we'll see what happens in Enugu come November, December in 2026. And sports generally, Nigeria, we've come a long way. Like, this is our Olympics. I don't think we've experienced such in Nigeria or even in Africa. Like, we've been seeing a lot of competitions. I've not seen something as colorful as this. So Nigeria is not here just to count numbers. We are here to take over, and it's a good one for us. It's a good one. So kudos to Ogun State, kudos to Nigeria, kudos to everyone that participated or ensured that this was a super success. Because I won't say it was a failure, it was 100% success. It was a successful event, successful festival. So kudos. That's my opinion about how it all went.
Yeah, so you heard from Iberi OG. Yes, successful event, and I agree with her. It's been a massive success. And of course, talking about massive success, Anambra State were awarded yesterday for Gender Balanced Award. The National Sports Commission congratulates Anambra State for emerging as the winner of the Gender Bias Award at the 22nd National Sports Festival Gateway Games Ogun 2024. The state was recognized for achieving a 50-50 representation of male and female athletes, setting a national example in promoting equality, inclusion, and equal opportunity in sports participation. That's a strong message to the other states, and of course, the next host, not just the host, I mean all the participating teams in the next National Sports Festival. Talking about, okay, we'll have a caller online. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Okay, welcome to Operaatune 106.3 FM. May we know your name and where you're calling from, sir?
Yeah, my name is Evans Chedi. I'm calling from Benue State.
Wow, from Benue State. Wow, thank you for calling. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I woke up precisely.
Okay, wow, okay. The floor is yours. Tell us your experience, and just the floor is yours, sir.
Okay, I could not watch the whole event, though I watched football.
Oh, okay.
But the packaging was very, very fantastic. You know, so I gave them, kudos for the security wise. That is the most important thing. And the colorful of the whole thing that I saw. And I came from Enugu State.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And Enugu being the next to host, I wish my people the best. I heard you saying that Enugu, if the Minister of the Sports said they will do more.
Yes.
I pray for them to do. I trust my people, and I know that they will do more than do this.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
To you people, I give you people more, more kudos for the coverage people rendered during the event.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Very much.
All right. Bye, sir.
So you just heard an experience right there, and the son of his soil himself telling us that there's a lot of faith and belief in his people, that they would put up a good show come 2026 right there in Enugu. And
it was a good one. He's calling from Benue. He's coming from Benue. So to tell you that Operaatune 106.3 is it's not just within this vicinity. It is in as many states as possible. So you could call us. It's not just him. He's calling from Benue. You could call us from anywhere.
It's global.
Yes, it's global.
You can watch.
Operaatune 106.3 FM Abeokuta 070-1125-3825, and we are streaming live. You could check us out on Operaatune TV, on Strong Cable, also on our social media platforms: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Operaatune TV. Yes, you could call us 070-1125-3825. We want to hear from you. Thank you so much to the caller that just that called. He's from Enugu, stays in Benue, and he believes that his state, his state of origin, that they would do. He believes what the commissioner of sports from Enugu State. So yes, our belief system is, is coming up small based on the fact that someone from that state has already, attested to the fact that that it's going to be wise. So why not? Yeah,
and thank you for that. And we go on this break. And when we return from this break, we move to other things. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. We're back. Still Operaatune FM 106.3 Abeokuta in Ogun State. And my name is Akombi James Olumide, just in case you didn't catch my name. And of course, my co-pilot.
My name is Ebere Oji.
Yeah, Ebere Oji. And you can watch us live on Operaatune TV on Strong. Operaatune FM 106.3. You can, tune into that frequency and get to listen to us. If you want to watch us, get on Facebook, Operaatune TV. Go to YouTube, Operaatune on YouTube. And of course, we are on Operaatune TV on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Or you can find us also on TikTok. Like we said before the break, all the events that happened at the just concluded 22nd National Sports Festival, we have this content right on our pages. You can go there and watch, like, share, and comment. Subscribe is very, very important, so you have updates as we drop it. You get to be one of the first. You see, like we say, we give you more. That's what we do here. You can ask and then we'll give you more. In fact, sometimes we don't wait for you to ask, we just give it to you. So get right there on our different platforms and subscribe, like, share, and comment. It's very, very, we want to interact with you. We want to know our people. You want to say something, Barry?
Also, for those on YouTube, hit the notification button, so anytime a video drops, you'll be amongst the first persons to know that this so and so has dropped on Operaatune TV. You could also not just share it, tell a friend, because I believe word of mouth is also powerful. Tell a friend to tell a friend that something beautiful, something awesome, something different from the norm is happening on Operaatune TV on all our social media platforms.
0701 125 3825. 0701 125 3825. I take it again, 0701 125 3825. We want to feel your pulse. Give us your reaction, your experience, what you hope to see also in Enugu, because for some of us, we are fast moving to this phase is over. We're moving on to the next. Enugu is next. So please, let's have your summary, your assessment of Ogun State, the National Sports Festival that just ended yesterday. Now we'll move to other things very quickly, because I know some of our listeners are waiting to hear. Nigeria is in action. Talking about the Super Eagles, we know that right there in United Kingdom, talking about United States or UK, like some people will call it, there is this invitational tournament going on there called the Unity Cup, and we have a couple of teams in action. We have Nigeria, Ghana, Jamaica, and of course we have who's the last name I mentioned? Jamaica, Nigeria, Ghana. These are some of the teams playing, and of course Trinidad and Tobago. These are the 4 teams, right there. Nigeria played Ghana already, and it ended, slim victory for the Super Eagles, and it was 2-1. That game ended 2-1. It seemed like it was a game of 2 halves. In the first half, it was all about the Super Eagles. In the second half, it was all about Ghana. So maybe that's fine balance. I don't know. Sometimes
the Jollof Derby is not ending anytime soon.
But this one we won again. Now
Jollof is the best.
So Nigeria is in action again tomorrow. They play 5 p.m. in Brentford Stadium. That's where the game is going to happen. GTEC Community Stadium, where they play against the Reggae Boys. That's what they call them. Jamaica Reggae Boys. The Reggae Boys defeated Trinidad and Tobago by 3-2. So that's a side that can score goals, but they can concede also. That game, that game between Trinidad and Tobago produced 5 goals. The Super Eagles Ghana game produced 3 goals. So plenty of goals, plenty of players in action to look out for, and some of our homegrown talents are in representation, which is good for our local teams or players, in quotes now. People would like to call them local players, but I always say that's originality. The ones playing in our league here are the real players. If you are going abroad, I'm not saying you are not original, but I reference the ones play. I stay here, I live here, I watch them play, and I know they have quality.
We feel their pulse, how they play and everything.
And some of them, I'll give you the names of some of these players. Ifeanyi Onyebuchi, he plays for Rangers, and Chinemerem Ekweze also is one of players playing at home here. Ahmed Musa also, he plays for Kano Pillars, and we have Sikiru Alimi, the son of the soil, talking about playing right here in Ogun State. He plays for Remo Stars, is also there. Sadiq Ismail, also that's another Remo Stars player. Papa Daniel, he plays for Niger Tornadoes. These 3 players got a look in, started against the Black Stars of Ghana, and also look out for them tomorrow and see them, watch them. National Youth Sport Festival is over, so now I'm sure you have a lot of time to watch the Super Eagles play. You can cheer them from here, it doesn't matter. Your support from here can go a long way. Something about the universe is about energy. What you push can go a long distance. So don't say because you are in Nigeria and they are in Brentford, what kind of support can I give? You'll be surprised that just tuning in and saying I want to watch these boys, the energy is channeled and is going directly to Brentford. Ebere will give us the fixtures for the Super Falcons, because they are also in action this weekend. They need is a preparation, ahead of the Alcon that is happening. Ebere will give you the details where the Alcon will be happening, and then the Super Falcons players in representation. But before we get to that, let's just hear the voice of the gaffer himself talking about the national team coach Eric Chell.
try to prepare the second game.
Increase your own volume now.
But in the final, so we want to win. But the reality is,
Let's try
Jamaica is a great team, with a great staff, with a great player. It could be a great game again. So, for instance, it's
You know what? We're sorry about that audio quality, but let me try and get a reaction from one of the players talking about Frank Onyeka. Frank Onyeka is also, he reflected on that game against the Black Stars of Ghana. Let's see if we can get a clearer audio from him.
Nigeria against Ghana is always the right place. So for us, we took that game as not like friendly, but more like the more serious, because we don't want to lose against Ghana. We know the big rivalry against Nigeria and Ghana. So for us, we went to that game to win. The good part was that we took advantage of the first half, scored 2 goals. Though the second half was not not the best, but again we held them till they scored the 1-0. But I mean, we're happy that we won the game.
It's an amazing feeling, to play for your motherland. I think that's every pride. That's the pride of every young kid that plays football out there. To be able to represent Nigeria, I think is the best feeling ever. And for me, I think I'm grateful to God for it. For me, I don't think I think about the caps now at the moment. I just think about every moment because I'm a Nigerian and we're here to represent Nigeria. So every time I get the opportunity, it will be something that I will be happy and proud to represent the country. There are a lot of players, the kind of playing style they play. They are tough defenders. I think I watch these guys and I'm very proud when I see them. So I think a lot of Taribo's his videos are amazing, and when you watch them, you can see the passion, and that is what drives us, we that are coming. So I think for me, I'm really happy to get to know them and what they have brought to football, not just to football, but to Nigeria as a whole.
All right, you just heard from Frank Onyeka and of course debutant Igbo Obu, reflecting on that game against Ghana, Black Stars of Ghana, the last time out. And of course, we have to let you know that is something inspiring to know that some of these upcoming players watched heroes past, and they've drawn inspiration from of them. Ebere, I don't know Ebere. I saw a bit of Taribo West. I don't know about you. Did you see that man passionate? You see him shed tears. Oh, okay. I think we have a phone call. We have someone on the line. Join us.
Hello. Good morning. Thank you for calling. This is Operaatune 106.5 FM. Hello. Good morning, sir. Okay. Please kindly call us back. 070-1125-3825.
Yeah. You can watch us live even on Operaatune TV on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, and of course you can tune to Operaatune 106.3 FM. Ebere, like I said, the Super Eagles are in action tomorrow 5 p.m. against the Reggae Boys of Jamaica. You can look out for that to see some of these players, in action. The Super Falcons are also in action, Ebere, this weekend. Can you give us a rundown?
Yeah, sure, Lumide. Thank you. See, the last time the Super Falcons converged together in a friendly or a competitive game was in November, and that was against France women. Yes, the game ended 2-1 in favor of France, and since November nothing has happened. November, December, January, February, March, April, and this is May. The WAFCON is coming up less than 2 months from now, from the 5th, precisely 5th of July, and we're having our first competitive game tomorrow. We're playing against Cameroon. Cameroon did not qualify for WAFCON. But then, from what our head coach or the acting head coach, Justin Madugu, said, he said We won't pull punches against Cameroon, meaning it's not going to be a walk in the park. We're not going to say, okay, fine, because they didn't qualify, as in the Cameroonians did not qualify, then that means we just play anyhow. No, we're going to play according to our philosophy. That was his very words. We're going to play according to our philosophy. The game is coming up tomorrow at Remo Stars Stadium.
Yes. Right here in Ogun State.
In Ogun State. You can see a lot of sporting activities continues even after the National Sports Festival is done and dusted. Right, so they will be playing tomorrow, and out of 23 players that were invited, 9 are homegrown players, including our very own Olamide Bolaji. She plays for Remo Stars ladies. She has 15 goals in 19 games played in the NWFL season. This season, she scored. She's the highest goal scorer, and she has been invited. Hopefully, we will see her in action tomorrow. Our acting head coach said our objective for these 2 matches include improving our game philosophy and tactical approach. This is more like to ensure that we are match fit and match ready for the big games coming up in July rather. So there's a game tomorrow, being the 31st day in the month of May, at Remo Stars home turf, and that is going to be against Cameroon. And now the second leg, of course, is a double leg fixture, double game fixture. The same Cameroon, we are playing them on the 31st and also on the 3rd. The third game, the one that we played on the 3rd of June, will be played here at the MKO Abiola Sports Stadium here in Abeokuta. So we'll play one in Ikene and the other one, the return leg, here. So it's 2 games being played in Ogun State. That's massive. I wish the Super Falcons the very best. The likes of she came in from the striker from the Saudi League. What's her name again? I've really forgotten her name. I've forgotten her. But then she has been playing. I just hope she forgives me, because I just she's not up around us here.
Francis Odega.
Yes, Odega. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes,
Odega.
Yeah, Francisca Odega. I know I was very fancy. I was like, is it Francisca or be Francis? So Francisca Odega, she was invited. We know her, and she's a prolific goal scorer. She plays for Al Ittihad, in the female version of Al Ittihad in the Saudi League, and she was invited. So it's once you are in top form, you'll be invited. We are gone past the era of because you are a known name or something. We need goals, and what better way than to invite those that are in their top form, that are red hot from the oven. So it's a good one having Francisco Odega in the camp. You know, they've been training, they are all prepared, getting set for tomorrow's game at Remo Star Stadium tomorrow against the Cameroonians. So it's going to be a good one. According to Justin Madugu, like I said earlier, he said it is about improving playing our philosophy, you know, ensuring that our tactics is what we imbibe into these players in preparation for WAFCON. Let's see what happens. I feel we should have 1 or 2 more trainings after these 2 games, and these are games I believe we should be winning. Cameroon, they are not. I don't think they are. They are not. I'm not saying they are not good, but I don't think they will stand the Super Falcons. Like, we've been one of the best in Africa, so why not?
Plenty of football happening this weekend, and it's not just football. We have other sports, but before we get to it, if you cannot go to the Brentford Stadium in UK, you can visit the Remo Stars Stadium to watch the Super Falcons play live. Please be at the stadium to cheer them, and also go to the MK Abiola Stadium on the 3rd of June, where you get to see them play also again. So plenty from the Super Falcons. Hopefully they get to, do well against Cameroon. We know that there are countries that, when it comes to competitions in Nigeria, not just football, sporting events, the rivalry is massive. Cameroon is one of them when they play Nigeria. Ghana is another team that when they play Nigeria is very difficult. South Africa is another one. So maybe it's a good start for the Falcons to start their preparation ahead of the World Cup. Again, Barry, when is this World Cup happening?
Okay, the WAFCON is happening in July from the 6th, from the 5th to the 26th of July 2025. So we have barely 2 months from now, and we are in Group B. The Super Falcons are in Group B. That's Nigeria. They are in Group B. They will be facing the likes of Botswana, Algeria. Yes, facing the likes of Botswana, Algeria, and Tunisia. So yeah, we are in Group B, and I think we should be qualifying from this group.
So for people who are maybe probably you're hearing WAFCON for the first time, you're wondering what's that? It's the version of the Men's African Cup of Nations.
Yes.
So this is Women African
Cup of Nations.
Yeah, so it's the female version of
the AFCON.
Yeah, and we know that the Super Falcons, they've bossed this the most. They've won it 9 times.
9 times.
Even though the last
out of 11.
Yeah, even though the last time out it was South Africa that won that. So we're waiting to see if they're going to dethrone South Africa this time. Because hey, we must say that generally African football, women football has grown. It's on a different pedestal now. It's not the same way that it used to be. It's very technical now. A lot of science application, a lot of interpretation of shape, space, how the ball is being played. It's very similar to what you get from the guys. It's fast developing. The growth is just so
huge development.
Get to MKO Abiola Stadium on the 3rd this weekend. Talking about tomorrow,
that's the 31st.
Go to Ikene and see the Super Falcons in action. Before we leave the home scene, we have to touch the NNL. The NNL is the 3rd tier of football in Nigeria. Talking about men's football, 3rd tier. So the top division is the NPFL. That's the Nigerian Premier Football League. Thank you. I know where you are getting to. So NNL is the second level of football in Nigerian football men. That's the Nigeria National League. That's the NNL. They call it the most important league. And the reason is they get to absorb those who are coming, who are falling from the top division. They are the ones that will absorb them, and then now send up another 4 to go and complete the top division. And also 4 will go down to the NLO, and then 4 will also come up to the NNL. So you see why it's very strategic. They are the most important. If you want to get it right, they are the ones that will help you out in terms of, for those who are falling from the top division, you can come back, regroup, and see how you get back to the top division. If you are coming from the lowest tier, that's the NLO, your preparation starts when you get to the NLL to understand the top division, how things are being done up there. So we have 6 teams already. We gave you these 6 teams. I think it was on Tuesday. And I'll run over some of the teams again. Wiki Tourists are through to the NNL playoffs. Doma United are also through. Barao are through. Yobe Zesat are also through. Ko Khalifa are also through. And Warri Wolves are also through. But we have games because this weekend, because we still have 2 teams. We're waiting for the last 2 teams to join them. The playoffs is probably going to hold in Abuja. It's not confirmed yet, but hey, we have games this weekend. In Group A, we have Abia Comets. They host Beyond Limits. Beyond Limits is from Ogun State. So, and they play very exciting football, good football, but they travel to go and play Abia Comets. There is Igbajo FC playing Warri Wolves. Warri Wolves are already through. And this game is going to be live. So you can look out for this game. Dakada FC against Ijele FC. That game is 3 p.m. tomorrow. All of these games happen tomorrow, 3 p.m. And the last one in Group A is Crown FC against Inter Lagos. The game that will be live on TV that you can watch is the Dakada versus Ejele game. In Group B, tomorrow, all of these games will be played at the same time, 3 p.m. except for one, the one in Lagos that will be played on Sunday. So I'll start with the Group B Saturday fixtures. Rovers FC against Gateway United. Gateway is also from Ogun State. You have ABS against Madiba FC. And on Sunday, these two games are going to be also live on TV. Talking about Rovers FC and Gateway United, and of course ABS versus Madiba also on TV. On Sunday, there are two games on Sunday that will be on TV. Osun United against Kun Khalifa. Like I said, Kun Khalifa are already through. There is really nothing to play for. Osun have not booked their qualification. They are second in Group B, alongside Sporting Lagos. Get to play on Sunday 4 p.m. against First Bank. I don't know. Their fate is in their hands. They have to do their job first. If you don't start your season well, this is where you get to be. You already 6 teams have booked their places, and so we need two more teams from Godswill Akpabio against Abakaliki. That game is also 3 p.m. on Sunday. Abakaliki are in the finals of the Federations Cup in Lagos, surprisingly, but they are battling relegation in the NNL. What a, I don't know if I should call it coincidence.
They are the Man United of
So Kun Khalifa tops Group B. Osun United are second, while Sporting Lagos are third. Sporting Lagos have played a game more than Osun United. Osun United have 30 points, Sporting Lagos 28 points, Kun Khalifa have 36 points. So I think that the second spot that we're looking for is going to be between Osun and Sporting Lagos. And Osun, they have an advantage because they have a game in hand. Even though we say a game in hand is not counted until it's won. And like I said, in relegation, we have Godswill Akpabio and Abakaliki, trying to beat the drop alongside Gateway United. Do we have a call?
No.
Now, okay, so other sports very quickly. Let's start with NBA. Iberi. Okay. We already know that OKC, they've won the West. They defeated Minnesota Timberwolves to be in the finals and wait for the winners between the Pacers. Talking about Pacers and of course New York Knicks. Yesterday we were talking about how that series was 3-1, and it seemed like maybe the Pacers were going to just finish the series
just like OKC did against
but hey, it's different. It's different. There's a different tone.
Upset yesterday. I was shocked.
Should we say it's an upset?
Yeah, because we are looking at 3-1. OKC had it. They just scaled through against Timberwolves as in day before yesterday, and now we are seeing Knicks. Indeed, they nicked it. They nicked it against Indiana Pacers. 111-94, 111-94.
Wow.
Do you understand?
That's some like 17 points difference.
So it's we had Karl Anthony Towns getting 27 points, 13 rebounds and 3 assists.
Impressive.
We had Jalen Brunson, 32 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Miguel Briggs, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and Josh Hart, 12 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists. I feel they shared the duty, as in the goal scoring and attaining points, amongst themselves, because we're looking at 3-2 now, and it's going into game 6.
We're going to game 6 now.
So it's gonna stretch into game 6, just like we had the Denver Nuggets and the OKC Thunders.
If the Pacers can win in game 6, then it's over. But if they don't get to win, that means we go to game 7. And it will be interesting to see where this would go. But so that's it for the NBA. We'll wait for the winners, the Eastern Conference Finals between the Pacers and the Knicks. It's 3-2 right now in that series, and we're waiting for game 6 to see who gets to win game 6. Are the Pacers going to wrap it up in game 6, or are these guys going to step up once again, with the points to level the tie 3-3,
take it to
and take it to game 7? We'll wait to see that. But it's a lot of rest for OKC. They are resting now and just waiting for the winners between these other two guys from the East. From the West, the best team from the West is OKC, and the player of the season is also from that side of town. Talking about Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is the MVP for NBA this season. Yeah. Formula One, that's the motor racing for people who love the racing cars. We are in Spain this weekend, and Max is saying something, even though I don't know if I agree with him, that his championship battle against the McLaren drivers this year doesn't really feel like a fight. And I'm wondering,
has he given up already?
You have won two races,
yeah.
And these guys have won 6, and you say that you're not the 4-time champion. Is 25 points behind championship leader Oscar Piastri. And then the Lando Norris is also there. So for the McLaren boys, they are running away with this. Are they going to win in Spain this weekend? Time will tell. We'll get to wait and see where that goes. I still think that Max Verstappen is still the guy to beat. Yes, he's third on the log now. In terms of the drivers' seedings, you look at the table, is Piastri and Oscar Piastri, Lando Norris in 1 and 2, and then you have Max in third position based on point accumulation and podium finish this season. Yeah. He hasn't done more than these two guys, and so if he's going to retain his title that he has won in the last 4 years, he needs to step up this year.
Just throwing the towel like that.
He shouldn't. I don't know if he's playing mind games. Is he playing mind games?
I don't know, because he's looking at
because when you say that the battle against them it doesn't really feel like it.
That he doesn't see himself winning his fifth title, but then this is, you never can tell. Probably he's just trying to calm himself there. Some persons tend to project insecurities, but that doesn't mean that they themselves are insecure. They just want to use that as a defensive mechanism to protect themselves, more like mind game, like you said. So let's see what happens. This is Spain, right? So let's see what happens in the races as they come.
Yeah, so in France, the French Open is still ongoing. The big boys are still standing, and girls, world number 1, we know Yannick Sinner. A lot of people think that he should still be serving a ban right now, based on the banned substance that was found in his system. But the man was given a slap in the wrist. He only got 3 months ban, and he's been ruthless, efficient, as he brought the curtains down on Frenchman Richard Gasquet career and advanced to the 3rd round. So world number 1 Yannick Sinner is still around. 6th seed Novak Djokovic, he just completed 100 titles in Geneva, Switzerland last week. Is also he was troubled a bit by blisters, but continued his bid for a record-breaking 25 Grand Slam. This man has 24 Grand Slam. He's won the most Grand Slam of any tennis player. I'm talking about the men's singles tennis. He has won the most Grand Slam, and he has won the most titles. Will he make this his 25th Grand Slam? He got a straight set victory over Motep. He will face Canadian 27th seed Denis Shapovalov in the 3rd round. Shapovalov can be a very difficult and tricky opposition. He's one of the players that I have, tagged a pretender, because sometimes you see him make things very difficult and go very far, but he won't win. So he will just come and disturb some of the favorites.
Make you jittery.
I think that for Novak Djokovic, it really needs to watch out. He needs to be at his best composure against Denis Shapovalov. If you've seen his numbers in this French Open ongoing, he's someone who can pull up something unexpected and you don't want to be out in the third round talking about Novak if you're looking to extend the record of 24 Grand Slams that you already have to 25. Coco Gauff continues her bid for a second Grand Slam singles title with a victory over Teresa Valentova to reach the French Open third round. She made it she made the final in 2022 where she was crushed by Iga Swiatek. We know Iga Swiatek, this is her terrain, this is her territory, and she doesn't play around with anybody. The American has now won 12 of her past 14 matches, including reaching finals on the clay in Madrid and in Rome. Talking about Coco Gauff. So that's a player you should look out for. Coco won her first major singles title at the US Open in 2023 and also claimed the Roland Garros women's doubles title alongside Katerina Sinetova last year. Jack Draper ensured there will be 3 British men in the French Open third round for the first time since 1968 by seeing off home favorites Gail Monfils in a memorable late night thriller. I think that for Monfils, I think he should just call it quit already. He's another pretender that in his early years he used to be that guy, but hey, he's not that man anymore. The British number 1 who plays Brazilian teenager sensation João Fonseca next. Fonseca is a very when I watch Fonseca play, he's a teenager, but you watch him play, he gives you that Carlos Alcaraz flair. I think that for Fonseca, Jack Draper, that should be an interesting game. Jack Draper against João Fonseca. Fonseca has moved into the last 32 alongside Jacob Fenley and Cameron Norrie, who play each other in all British meeting. Wow, so 2 Britons will be meeting each other. I mean, I think that our time is we've exceeded our time right here, but we've served you everything happening. It's a sporty packed weekend. There's plenty of tennis. We've given you some of the fixtures. You can look out for more fixtures as we got the Roland Garros. There's Formula 1 in Spain where you get to see the top 3 players drivers. We have a call. Maybe we can take this before we leave. Hello,
good morning. Thank you for calling. This is Operaatune 106.3 FM Abeokuta.
Called from Enugu State, living in Benue State.
Oh, okay. Thank you for calling back, sir.
Please, I want to know the time Nigeria will play their match tomorrow.
Okay, the time they will play the match tomorrow.
Are you talking about the Super Falcons or the Super Eagles?
Super Eagles.
The Super Eagles is 5 p.m. 5 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
5 p.m. Okay.
Yes.
What about the Falcons?
The Falcons will be in the afternoon around 3.
All right. Thank you very much, Ebere and James.
You're welcome,
Thank you, sir.
And thank you for being part of the show also. We want to hear from you again, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Welcome. So, I mean, that's the game. You can look out for it. Super Eagles are in action this weekend. The Super Falcons are in action this weekend, 5 p.m., 3 p.m. You can look out for this game.
I just wanted to chip in the transfer. I was actually saying
you can quickly
the transfer because of course the EPL the season is ended, but then there are transfer businesses here and there, little talks here, negotiations and all that. For Arsenal, it looks as though they've stepped up their interest in Benjamin Sesko. Benjamin Sesko is a 22-year-old striker. He plays for RB Leipzig in the Bundesliga, and right now it looks as though they are tilting towards his direction. The negotiations have started, and trying to understand the clauses and all that regarding the situation of his contract. That is the striker Arteta wants. And there was something that came out from one of the media platforms that we follow, saying that Kai Havertz, irrespective of who they sign, Kai Havertz will still be their number one striker. And most Arsenal fans are not excited because they are just a striker away from winning something. You know, they are one of their what's it called? Their legend, Thierry Henry, was saying 5 years. What have they won? Like, he was so blunt regarding it. I feel they've gone beyond the emotions and all that. They need hardware. It is hardware, something to see.
Henry is talking.
Do you understand?
What did he win when he was coaching?
No better. When he was not
and
coaching,
he coached.
now.
Yes, now he was with that Belgian generation of players. What did he do with that player?
Was he the assistant?
But he was part of the team. What was the contribution to the coach?
Are you saying that he has no right to say?
He has no right
to say.
Yes.
I don't understand.
If people like if people like Jose Mourinho, Pep Guardiola, people like Sir Alex Ferguson, Carlo Ancelotti, if this even if Sarri
even
the Chelsea coach, what's his name? If they speak, I will listen. They have something to show for it.
That is what he's trying to. That he's not.
So he should not talk.
Are you now Are you comparing Monaco and all those clubs?
Okay, fine. They are not top team. Is Belgium not a top team?
Belgium.
Oh yeah, he should come and collect the job.
Are you saying the Belgium team now, right? Like in their respective clubs, that the players in respective clubs did not win anything with their club? This is not.
I'm saying I'm looking at
not national team. How many national teams? No, I'm asking you now. How many national teams? Do you understand? How many national teams won? England, what did they win?
Well, I cannot be talk. No. Come on, he should stop.
He has every right to say what
he's not looking at the metrics properly.
What metrics?
Is Arsenal the best team to have won in the last 5 seasons? The answer is no.
Win a Carabao Cup. He said
no. So let's look. Let's look at the teams that have won in the last season.
Okay.
In the last 5 seasons, he's talking about. Since that's the sample size, Manchester City, Liverpool,
Man United
have bust it. United, and then you will now talk about.
Are you saying United,
Newcastle and
Crystal Palace? Recently.
And see, Crystal Palace and what's their name and Newcastle are outliers. They are exceptions because you know that cup competition is not a true reflection of your team. You can just have a good day and win, but you will not fault United.
So are you saying
City and Liverpool because they are far better than Arsenal?
It's fine for Arsenal to have gone 5 years without a silverware.
I'm not saying it's good for them.
For the 2 seasons Eric Ten Hag stayed in Man United, I don't think he had a better outplay or a better performance in the league than.
But he has something to show for it.
That is what this man is trying to say.
But it's Man United. They are better than Arsenal. What are you saying? Look at the players. It's a more complete team than Arsenal. You just said something.
Are you serious?
Even if they buy the Benjamin Sesko,
in the last 2 seasons,
wait now. A team is Arsenal a complete team. They don't have a striker, and you want to win.
So
how do you win?
Which of the strikers is Man United?
How do you win? They bought proper strikers, even if they were not scoring. He's a proper striker. They are proper strike. They are proper strikers. So the Nigerian boy from the youth team. That's a Arsenal don't have a proper forward.
So you mean
Liverpool that won? They played with a proper forward. Isak is part of my Newcastle. Mateta is playing for. They are proper strikers. Haaland is playing for Manchester City. So you know why they will win.
So what are you saying now? Are you saying okay, fine, that I said Eric Ten Hag. For the 5 seasons, why exactly has Arsenal not gotten a striker?
That's not my business.
But that is just it. That you want to win.
So he should. If I'm Thierry Henry and I'm going to chip in and say something about Arsenal, I'm not going to directly just go at Arteta that way.
Why is the manager? Arteta is the manager.
No.
He gives. This is what I want. He has bought. You know how many defenders Arteta has bought in the last 5 seasons.
So if I'm Thierry Henry, what I will say is that this team is not a complete team.
No.
We need a striker, a poacher, someone.
He's not a
that's what I expect him to talk about.
You know, maybe
you have influence.
He said
you can talk.
I feel what he said was directed not just to the players, but to the club at large. Not just to the players or Arteta.
You say
but
what
to the club.
They won in the last 5 seasons. Have they been the best team in the last 5 seasons? Have they been the best? They're not the best team now.
Wait. Outside Arsenal, Chelsea.
Even Chelsea, Jackson is the top striker.
Chelsea just activated the release clause for Delap. He's 22-year-old. He plays for Ipswich. He scored 12 goals last season. Ipswich got relegated, but then I feel Chelsea will be sending Magui to Ipswich, yes, either on loan or permanent buy with an option for a resale clause added to his contract. That is for Magui, the youngster they got from Barcelona. He's just 18-19. So this guy is going to have his medicals today, tomorrow. That's Liam Delap, and he'll be unveiled as soon as possible. But I think Chelsea will be getting another striker, not just Delap, because a lot of Chelsea players, French players, the likes of Datro Fofana, the likes of Broja, the one who call the likes of Broja, Datro Fofana, and Kuku is leaving. Joe Felix is leaving. There are so many players they will be selling in order to get him player. But Delap to Chelsea has gotten a here we go. So that's for now. That's that about that. Yeah.
Okay. So you just heard Iberi. Yeah. So if you are a Chelsea faithful out there, your new striker or the addition to your team is Delap. Is he a good buy? There's a lot of question mark over him. That's a boy that just played with a team that just got relegated. If he cannot score enough to keep his team, I'm not saying they should win or finish mid-table or finish in any European space. I think it's bad business. But again, I will not judge him until he's officially unveiled, and then I watch his performance. So that is it. We've covered everything. A sport, we've told you, is a sports-packed weekend, from Formula 1 to NBA to tennis to football. Even here in Nigeria, the battle for the NNL playoffs is getting really, really strong. 6 teams booked their places already. 2 more. Watch the games. 5 games are going to be live on TV this weekend, so you can watch the NNL games this weekend. The Super Falcons are in action. You can catch that game also live. Ikene tomorrow, and then on the 3rd they come to the MKO Abiola right here in Ogun State. Super Eagles are far away in UK, Brentford Stadium. They are playing the Jamaica Reggae Boys. 5 p.m. tomorrow. You can watch that also live. Ebere, please, for our listeners or people watching us, again, let's give them the frequency and then our platforms where they get to subscribe, like, share, and comment. It's very, very important. We want to feel your pulse. We want you to engage alongside with us. So for radio, it's Operaatune 106.3 FM Abeokuta. We stream live. It's a live stream. You can stream us live. Operaatune 106.3 FM Abeokuta. Then on our social media platforms, you can, just like Olumide said, follow us on our social media platforms on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube on Operaatune TV. Opera is spelled O-P-E-R-A. That's Opera, then T-U-N-E, together as one word. Operaatune TV. Operaatune TV together as one word on Facebook, on TikTok, on IG, that's Instagram, and on YouTube. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and we're on Strong also.
Hit the notification button. Yes, we're on Strong. Operaatune TV on Strong. Hit the notification button. Tell a friend to tell a friend that something awesome, something different from the norm is happening on Operaatune 106.3 FM Abeokuta. Operaatune TV on all our social media platforms. Thank you very much. And of course, you can actually relive the memories of the just concluded National Sports Festival, Gateway Games 2024, on our social media platform. Just go to Operaatune TV and we have a lot of live stream, like all the events. We covered them all, majority, so you can actually go and watch for yourself to see how well this team, the athletes, the 15,000 athletes that was invited, participated in all 32 games in the just concluded games, Gateway Games 2024. And we're looking forward to Enugu in December 2026 for the 23rd edition of the NSF Games. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so Iberi, before we go, lastly, for people who probably want to find you on socials also, I think that you should put your handles out there so people can reach out, and like they say, what we do, people ask for more, so you can ask Iberi. I'm going to say my socials also. You can ask us, and serve you whatever you need, any information you want the next time we're here. So Iberi. All right,
so for my social media handle on Facebook, it is Iberi Biola, not Biola. Biola is spelled Beulah Orji. Orji is Orji. Ebere, Ebere. Ebere Biola Orji. Yes, that's my Facebook handle. And for IG and X, it's at one Rahen Sports. Rahen Sports is spelled RAHENCE. Then sports is SPORTS, together as one word. One is number one, like number one, not the words, but in figures. At one Rahen Sports on X and on IG. Then I'll reel out my Facebook handle again. Ebere Biola Orji. Ebere is EBERE. Then Biola is BEULAH. Then the surname is ORJI. Orji. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so for me, it's Akombi James Olumide on all platforms. Akombi James Olumide, aka NBI hyphen, what people know as Dash, because Akombi James is a compound name. Again, aka NBI dash JAMES OLUMIDE. You can ask us, reach out to us on different platforms, and then we'll bring you more the next time we come here. We'll call it a wrap now. Thank you, Ogun State. Yeah. Thank you, Abel. Yeah. 22nd National Sport Festival, giving us a this that we have seen in our country. Enugu will come next year. Until we see you again, like I always say, stay sporty, and in everything you do, keep talking sports.
Thank you very much. Bye.